Hey, I can bet your first thought was probably about, hey, Marlon, whoa, you're pretty close to this camera. And I'm like, am. And I hope during this talk, me being close up and all like in your face will totally make sense. So if you bear with me for like a few minutes, I think it would be awesome. I've entitled today's talk, Spiritual Distance. When you're feeling distant from God. It's crazy because anything or any form of relationship, it takes time to grow. But at the same time, people also grow apart in relationships. So you have people that grow apart because of distance, because of similarities that they don't have in common anymore. You also have people that simply grow apart because things change and they move away. And all of these things leads to some form of distance. And then sooner or later, it leads to some communication becoming less frequent. And next thing you know, you aren't communicating at all. So relationships in any form, it's an important thing that we do have. Sometimes we build these strong, firm, committed relationships. Other time we just acknowledge certain relationships and we're like, cool, that's it for now. But I think what is common in all forms of relationships, to make any relationship grow and to make any relationship close, you kind of need to work at it. You need to give it hard work. You need to invest in it. You kind of need to have this willingness to be in a relationship, But there's one type of relationship that I've realized over all these years, that whether you come or go, whether you're distant or not, or whether you are actively pursuing it or not, it remains constant. And you must probably guessed it, the relationship with God. So no matter what our stance on relationships or closeness is, it's very easy. He remains faithful. And many times we may feel so distant, yet he remains faithful. And I really want to encourage you that, during times like this, it's crazy because some of us feeling different from friendships that we do have. Some of us are feeling distant from family. And just because of this new age or new era that we're finding ourselves in, and this new adjustment to things, you might even be feeling so distant from God. And I really want to encourage you there. And I want you to know first thing, before anything, I want you to know that God never leaves you. Sometimes you may run away. Okay, cool. Sometimes you may choose to keep your eyes fixed on something else. Yet the truth is, he keeps his eyes fixed on you. There's absolutely nothing that can separate what the bond we have with God. Whether you're aware of that, it's a totally different story. But I want you to know that God never leaves you. Romans 8:38-39 so beautifully says, "For I am convinced that neither life, nor death, nor angels, nor demons, nor the present, nor the future, nor any powers, neither height or depth, nor anything in all creation will be able to separate us from the love that Christ has in us." So we know that no matter what, God is always there to embrace you. He's always there just to be with you, to be in your company. And the reason why I'm doing this is because sometimes we're always wanting to go, but because God is so close, I believe that he's never like screaming at us or anything. He's literally just, I'm here. So it gives us this notion that God is always there whispering because he's that close. So God is saying he loves you. God is saying all of these things. And it's not a loud scream across the room. It's literally just here. And it's literally just a whisper because he is that close. So I want to encourage you if you are feeling so distant. I want to encourage you with one thing, but I want to kind of affirm two things. And the first thing is continue to seek him. It's so powerful, this whole pursuing relationship, that even in my own life, I sometimes apply to certain things which I've realized is wrong. But seeking God is like seeking any relationship that you have. You need to seek. Now, relationships require that you put in that effort. They require you to give your best even when you aren't feeling great. There's so many examples in the Bible of people who felt just like you may be feeling right now. so distant. Yet all of them had one thing in common, that no matter what they felt in the situation they found themselves, the emotions they were going through, they always chose to seek God. They always wanted to find Him no matter the headspace, no matter the circumstance, the pain they're feeling, or the emotions, they sought after Him. They pushed through all of this to kind of seek Him. So there's so many promises that God affirms with us when He says, you seek me, you'll find me, and all of these things, because He's a promise keeper, we said earlier, and He rewards you for finding Him. But here's the thing, so many times we are focused on the reward that we forget the importance is actually seeking Him. It's the fact that as we seek, He still remains faithful. So the promises is there because we seek Him, and they always are fulfilled. So yes, you are able to draw close to God. Yes, He is able to draw close to you. Yes, He is ready and He's willing. But the question I have for you today is, do you have the willingness and the effort to seek God? The Bible confirms that you will be greatly rewarded for all of these things. And obviously, feeling distant is not a great feeling at all. Feeling as though you're alone, even in a crowd, is not the best. And sometimes, even in our family homes, with others that love us, we still feel so alone. So, some characters in the Bible, even powerful ones, they remind us that it's about the willingness and the effort you put in to seeking Him. It's faith in action. So seek God. He is ready and He's willing. You don't have to run. You don't have to get right, as they say. Because right now, God is whispering. He is there. And kind of time and time I have to remind myself, but Lord, why would you be whispering? Like, can't you scream? Can't you shout? Can't you just like show up and explode? And God is, no. I whisper because I'm close. I whisper because I've never left. I whisper because I'm always here. That makes so much sense, doesn't it? Because no matter the circumstance or the pain, that feeling that you have of God always being there is because He is always there in the whisper. So if you read James 4 verse 8, it says, draw near to God and He will draw near to you. Deuteronomy 4 verse 29 says, but from there you will seek the Lord your God, and you will find Him if you seek Him with all your heart and with all your soul. Jeremiah 29:13, you will seek me and you will find me if you seek me with all your heart. So if you're feeling distant, don't feel that He's not close to you, because He is. He's actually whispering to you right now. The question is, are you willing to seek Him? Relationships drive us and it gives us identity. So your relationship with God will not only define your identity and your purpose, but it is also the standard of love that He has for you. It's a love that catches you always, a love that cries when you cry, a love that laughs when you laugh, a love that gives joy and peace, a love that makes you praise Him for who He is, not because of what He's done. It's a love that you can always trust in. Psalm 40 verse 1 to 3 goes as follows. I patiently waited for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of my pit, out of the mud. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Many will see and fear the Lord and put their trust in Him. If you're feeling distant, how about you, where you are, just take a moment and embrace Him and seek Him where He is, because He is close and He is whispering to you.